Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Daf Yomi Chulin Chavtet Amid Bet. The halachot of Parah Aduma. Can one buy a Parah Aduma from a Gentile? There's a famous story in the Gemara in Kedushin regarding Kibbut Avaim, the righteous Gentile that had a Parah Aduma and merited that because of his unbelievable respect for his father, that his father had something so valuable to the Jews. And still, he would not give it to the Jews because it meant waking his father up. So he was rewarded. The next year, he had a Parah Aduma and was able to make so much money. But what about the question, Parah Aduma? We are so strict regarding Parah Aduma. Can we really buy a Parah Aduma from the Gentiles? So the fact is that original story by Kedusha is not so simple. If, let's say, Kibbut Avaim, the father would love to wake him up in order to make millions of dollars. He's upset that his son didn't wake him up if he could have made millions of dollars. So the whole story is not so simple. One has to analyze the halachot of Kibbut Avaim and how it relates to that story. So what about the aspect of Parah Aduma, of buying it from a guy? So the Rambam in Parak Aleph of Parah Aduma discusses the following. The Gemara in Chulin, our Daf Yomi talks about Parah Aduma, that someone who deals with the beginning and the end is Tamei, the famous halacha. So the Rambam goes with the halachot of Parah Aduma. Interesting that it's in Sefer Tahara, not in Avot or Korbanot, which deals with all the other Korbanot. And the Rambam in Parak Aleph says three very important points. One, anything that passes, that nullifies Kodshim, different Korbanot, is going to nullify Parah Aduma. That's number one. Number two, in addition to that, if an animal works, he has an ol, a yoke on it, that's also a nullifying factor for Parah Aduma. And then he writes, but we can go ahead and get a Parah Aduma from a Gentile. We don't assume the Gentile will do something that will ruin the Parah Aduma. He has a vested interest to keep the animal good and healthy, and that he wants it to be used for us so we could buy it from him, and therefore this chazaka that the Gentile will not ruin it. So therefore the Gemara in Kedushin is literal, that they bought the Parah Aduma from the Gentile, and the Rambam paskins that way lahalacha, the first parak Parah Aduma, that in fact we can buy Parah Aduma from a Gentile, Yetz Hashem, so be halacha l'maaseh b'meherav yameinu. Shalom.